This is Graham from Doteasy coming to you with another video. This video we're going to be using to show you how to set up email within the Windows 10 Mail program. This is the program that comes default with any Windows 10 Mail installation. It automatically comes up if you've installed Windows 10 recently with one of the pop-up boxes in your Windows system, or if you've just bought a new PC or new laptop that has Windows 10 on it. This is the mail program that comes with that. We're going to be showing you how to configure and set it up for your email. You'll see right now we're currently set up in the actual member zone screen. This is where you'd go into get access to your account and the settings for it. You just log into the Doteasy site with your account and you'll automatically find yourself at this screen. From here, we're going to scroll down to the hosting plan heading. You'll see it is the first heading that actually goes down the page. We're going to go to where it says View Email Client Info. When you click on this, it'll come up to a screen that shows you all of your email settings as seen here. Now with the email settings, your screen may be a little different if you're on the Smarter Mails panel. This is actually for our C panel. There are two different email services we provide. For this account here, you'll see there's a secure and a non-secure because it's on C panel. If you're on the Smarter Mail, you'll only see one set of settings here to use instead. If you're wanting to get access to the secure settings and the C panel, you can certainly do so. You can give us a quick call into our support or write us on email or live chat. We'll walk you through the process of how to make the email switch across so that you can gain access to this as well. We're going to be setting this up using the secure settings listed here. The settings are the same pretty much regardless of whether you're setting up as non-secure, just a couple settings that are different. And when we're actually setting up the mail program, we'll show you where those different settings are entered so that way you'll know exactly what to put in. You can easily follow us along no matter which of our email programs or servers you're using here. So we're going to be setting up the Windows 10 Mail program. So when we open it up here, we can see it's asking you to add an account. We're going to click on where it says add account to get started. You can ask us a series of questions here for the Outlook, Exchange, Google, all the way through. We're actually going to go down to where it says advanced setup and set this up from here. It's going to start off by asking us what type of account we're setting it up with the provider. In this case, we're going to be going to internet email where it says POP or IMAP account. So we want to click on that. It's going to start off by asking us for the account name. The account name we can go ahead and set up here at just the email address itself. And then your name, this is what you can use whenever you're sending an email. You can put in anything you want in this field, but again, do remember that it is sent with any message you send, so just do keep that in mind. In this case, we're going to just call it test to make it simple. For the incoming mail server, this is going back to the previous screen where we were talking about, where you can see there's the incoming server here and the outgoing server. In this case, Doteasy always makes them the same to make it easier for you to use. So we're just going to copy it off the screen here because we've got it handily still up. If you've gone ahead and written it down, you can easily just write it into the box as seen here. Where it says account type, you can choose either POP3 or the IMAP 4 it shows there. The difference between POP3 and IMAP is IMAP will allow you to actually synchronize up to the server, which means whenever you check your email in the Windows Mail 10 program here, it will show you exactly what's on the server. This is especially handy if you have more than one email program using, such as a phone, a tablet, a laptop as well. These will all go through and show you the exact same thing between all of them if you set up as IMAP. If you set it up as POP, it will download everything that's currently in the server inbox and download that into the computer and store it as a separate copy. This means that your email that's stored on your computer and your email that is stored on the server are two completely separate copies that don't interact with each other. This means that if you delete it from one, it does not delete it from the other. This is especially handy if you're looking to store emails for longer periods of time, or if you don't have that much server space left over, you can always go ahead and download them onto your computer and then delete them off the server, so you still have a copy of them if you need to and still free up the server space here. We're going to be selecting the POP3 in this case when we set up this account. Where it says email address, we're just going to go ahead and type in the email address again here that we set up. And then for the username, this is again just your email address, exactly like it's listed above there. Next part here, we're going to be setting up for the password. The password here is just your email password itself, so we're going to be typing that in. For the outgoing mail server, this is going to be the exact same thing as the incoming. So you can see here where we entered this before, you can just easily type in the same thing as it was there. They should be identical, exactly the same. For the checkboxes below, where it says outgoing server required authentication, you want to make sure that's checked. Where it says use the same username and password for sending email, you want to make sure that's also checked. For the require SSL for incoming and outgoing, we're going to make sure that both of those are checked here. If your network doesn't support this, you may need to uncheck these. For some locations like hospitals or military areas where they have more secure networks, or an IT person at your office has the network more locked down and secured, you may not be able to use these unless you contact them first and find out the specific settings for it. So just do keep that in mind as well. But otherwise, generally on most connections, especially if you're using Wi-Fi a lot, SSL is definitely the better way to go. Now that we've got that set up, we're going to click on where it says sign in here, and you can see it says all done. The account was set up. We're going to click on where it says done, and we can now see the account is there in the list. We can click on where it says ready to go to actually access the email program. You can see there's a default setup here. Now that we've actually added the account into the program, there's one step you always want to do afterwards, which is to immediately test it to make sure it's working properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on where it says new mail, and this will allow us to create a brand new message here and to go through and see. You can see it's popped up asking us the from and the to. Now because this is a test message and we're just starting out, you want to actually write it from yourself to yourself, so using the same address for both. I'm going to put it in test. I'm going to put it in test here as well. So this way we know that it's going to come into us from the account, and if it works, we know we'll be able to send emails to anywhere else. You do want to make sure to put in test into both phrases just so there is something written in there, because a lot of security settings, like if you're using Norton or McAfee or any other email program that has actual security program that has email settings like a firewall to it, they'll actually block it if you don't have information in there. So just do make sure to put in something itself. Once you've got that done, you want to click on where it says send, and that'll automatically go ahead and send it off here. In this case, you can see it's already popped into the inbox and shows it's been received without a problem. So we know in this case it is definitely working without any issues for sending and receiving. So you should have no problems using it to send to anyone else or receiving any other email now that it's all set up properly. If you run into any problems with it at all, by all means give us a quick call in here to our support line. You can reach us on email and live chat as well. If you have anything you're not sure of, you can also leave comments underneath the video here, and we'll be more than happy to try and get back to you about them. And then if you have any other suggestions or any other videos you'd like to see, definitely let us know. You can reach us on our Facebook as well as our Twitter as well, and we'll be more than happy to try and follow this up as well. If you have any questions or anything else, again, contact our support and we'll help you out. Otherwise, you should be good to go for your email using the Windows 10 program. Thank you.